Well, I did actually, on the first record I was pretty honest, but I tried to be less honest on this record, but I think this record is more open and less kind of masked by phrases and stuff like that than ever. Just because I find like, to know, like on my first record, like Chasing Pain, I always tried to like disguise like the true depth of my devastation by like something kind of humorous or like something that wasn't real, like a title or whatever. And on this one, I think some of the songs on here are the most articulate I've ever written. Not that I'm that experienced, I'm only on my second record, but I think Someone Like You is one of the most articulate songs I've ever heard in general, let alone one of mine. And so that was quite a breath of fresh air for me. So it's just a bitter breakup record, and towards the end, I'm a bit more like, well, shit happens. I met Rick Rubin. I collaborated a lot more on this record than I ever have, just because I'm quite throwaway with my own material, so I find I'm like more forgiving of myself if I'm working with other people. I met Rick Rubin at Saturday Night Live, which was just still is the most like memorable, poignant day of my life. So that show like broke me here, and then met Rick there as well, which was just very bizarre, but in a good way. It was mutual that we ended up working together. It's not like I was like, hey Rick, do you want to produce my next record? You don't do that to Rick Rubin. But he also didn't say like, would you like me to produce your record? It just sort of happened. It was incredible. I've been aware of Rick Rubin forever. Like Californication defined me when I was a very angsty teenager. Like Rolling in the Deep, the phrase Rolling in the Deep is sort of my adaptation of a kind of slang slur phrase in the UK called roll deep, which means to have always have someone that has your back, and you're never on your own. If you're in trouble, you've always got someone who's going to come in and help you fight it or whatever like that. And that's how I felt in the relationship that the record's about, but especially Rolling in the Deep. That's how I felt. You know, I thought that's what I was always going to have, and it ended up not being the case. I think I might make a hip hop record. Because all I'm listening to is Nicki Minaj and Kanye West and Drake and stuff like that. No, I doubt I'll make a hip hop record, but I don't think I've got the swagger to get away with it. Not with this accent anyway. It'd be annoying. It'd be like a kind of sketch show if I did it. Well, I start my tour in March in Europe, April in the UK, and then I come here in May. I mean, it's not going to be anything like stage-wise spectacular. It's not going to be like the Monster Ball or anything. I'm just going to sing the songs. I like to try and make people feel like they're not at a gig. Do you know what I mean? I like them to feel like it could just be that, like their mate around their house. Yeah, definitely probably doing a few covers on the tour. I'm going to probably do a David Gray one, This Year's Love. I love that song. Might do that Natural Woman cover I did today. I love singing it. Like I know I don't change it at all, and I said earlier, like I think it's really important that when you do a cover, you either make it better than the original or you just make it a completely different song. And I didn't do that with Natural Woman, but I get this feeling when I sing that song that I've never get when I'm singing any other songs, like other covers or my own songs or nothing. So I'm like, just cheers me right up. I love it. So maybe I'll do that, but just sporadically. And then I might do a Beatles cover, Blackbird, I think, because my piano player plays it all the time in soundcheck, and it's a beautiful song, and it's making me very patriotic, you know, being Omaha, singing a Beatles song.